everyone. Welcome to our first episode of Childhood Expired, where we talk about our life experiences in early adulthood. I'm Kathy, your married working glue that keeps this group going.
I'm Kike. I'm the funny and the wise one in the group. Also married to Kathy.
And I'm Abril. I am the college student that adds the fire to this group. So for today's episode, we are talking about leaving childish habits behind, and probably the ones that we have kept as young adults. So I found this article on Best Life, and it gave 25 childish habits that you should probably get rid of before you're an adult. And they all refer to health in some way, but here are just some that I could relate to just a little bit. You guys let me know if any of these you can relate to. So, sleeping with the lights on, lugging around a heavy backpack, watching too much TV, biting your nails, not standing up for yourself, not learning how to cook, not getting enough sleep, chewing on pen caps, or just being chronically stressed. So, all these related in health in some way. I say check out the article. It's pretty cool. But for you guys, what would you say in life in general are your childish habits?
I'll go first. I was a goody two-shoes. And I was very much a rule follower as a child because I avoided conflict. And I did not want to get in trouble. So anything that was going to get me in trouble, I wasn't going to do that. I was very much a conflict avoider. I also was very strategic in not asking for a lot of things because I really don't desire a whole lot of things. I don't want you to buy me a bunch of stuff. But because of that, when I made a request of something I wanted or even something that was just to show me extra love, bring me a blanket, I don't want to get up to get the blanket, whatever, I expected my mom to fulfill that request because she always did. Yeah. And so that's one of my habits that if I ask for something, I want you to do it.
You're very much Ariana Grande in that sense.
And yeah, that's my thingy.
Kike?
One of mine is just free time is free time. It's not to take extracurricular productive time. Some people are too much of workaholics that whenever they have free time, they decide to add work to themselves and call it as one of those I don't know.
Making use of the time.
Making use of the time, yeah. And for me, that's not free time. That is you putting your time into something else. That is not a break.
Mm-hmm. So you definitely weren't Kathy as a child that read textbooks or did extra math.
Definitely not. Look,
I didn't read textbooks, but I would pull out my book to practice my Spanish writing and read it.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes you a book smart.
Gotta do something.
But see, I spend my time on hobbies. Some people do have hobbies where they actually have to work on, for example, people that their hobbies are cars, they work in cars, but that's their hobby, that's their free time or whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, it's something that doesn't have to make me work. That is free time because I already have enough to do in life that just finding free time to do something else is just not for me. I want to be able to slouch. That's it. I just want to relax and I want to watch the TV. I want to watch a series or I want to play video games. I play many video games already. So that's what I like to do. I don't get time for it a lot. So when I get my free time, it should be for that. It should be nothing else but that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dang. Well, y'all are a lot more, como se dice, a lot better young adults than I am. I think one of my biggest childish habit that I have is that I'm a mess. I'm messy. And it's not messy I won't take a shower from, for 5 days straight. I'm not that messy. But I'm definitely if I wash a load of clothes and I don't want to fold them, they're going to stay in the basket. And I'm just going to pick out of the basket because they're already clean. They're already in there. They're on the side. That's just what I'm going to do. Another thing, going back to a kid, right? I'm a very loud adult. And I was a very loud kid. Kathy was very much
quiet in the corner.
I don't want to get in trouble. And I was just very much hey, what are you doing? And even now, I work at an elementary school, and kids will just be like, Mr. Brill, and I'm yo, I'm right here. You don't have to yell at me. But I was that kid that was just You don't have to yell at me. So that's definitely my biggest ones is that I need to be more organized, more clean, more put together as a human. And maybe and comment down a little bit. So the question is, or the biggest one is, how has your childish habits affected your adult life? Right? Like, how has avoiding conflict affect your adult life?
A lot of ways. And like one of the things that you listed was not standing up for yourself. 100%. I will not stand up for myself. If somebody said something to me or like my order was wrong, like they gave me the wrong drink, I'm just like, oh, it's okay. Like I'll just
nowadays
eat this.
Okay, so side note real quick. Nowadays, whenever like even before we were married,
When we were dating,
we have this like, is that every time that we go to a restaurant or somewhere that has drinks, anything related to like
We're
us
ordering
a drink,
Okay.
when they bring us a drink, they're always backwards. They give me the sweet tea, which I don't.
Yeah, and they're like, "Here's your sweet tea, and here's your Coke," and we're like,
"Thank you." And when
Like,
they walk
swap.
away, we just swap them like every time.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Like, if somebody did it to me, I wouldn't be like, no, you need to put the right drink in front of me. Like, no, I don't think
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, if they get, like, my order wrong, like, or I will ask Kika to do it. Like, if something were to happen, like, Kika, like, you know, this and this, or I need to go grab that over there, and they're having a meeting, Kika. Like, people are over there. Like, I don't want to jump in the middle. I don't want to be that person. So I send Kika to do it. And I'm very much afraid of speaking my mind or, like, you know, in school, it's because I was very much a rule follower. So in school, you need to raise your hand to talk. That doesn't exist when you're an adult. You have something to say, you say it. Like, we're sitting in a room and something comes up, you have an opinion on it, you speak it. But I'm like waiting for like when I'm allowed to go into the conversation. The pause. And that doesn't exist. Yeah. So I'm very much left in an awkward space where I don't know how to speak.
That's a good one. I think that one gets to me too, just in the matter of fact that it works different on me because I try to be that go-getter where I don't have to raise my hand, but then somebody does it before me. So I'm always left in a...
Yeah. And I don't like that feeling. So if I never try, then I'm fine. Like, I'm not let down. That if I didn't make the effort, I just let it slide.
Yeah. Have y'all ever had, well, maybe not because y'all are like scared of conflict, but you know how like when you're speaking and then somebody else tries to speak over you and you guys are still talking, like neither of you guys will give. Have you ever had that moment? Mm-hmm. I do that all the time. I won't give up. If I'm talking and you decide to speak over me, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
But I think it depends who I'm talking to. It depends. I don't know if I do stop or if I keep going.
No, I'm very much like I'll raise the volume too. So you had said earlier that your free time does like no productivity whatsoever. Like your free time is your free time. It's your, how do you say, the time that you relax basically, right?
Yeah.
So how has that affected your adult life?
It affects his marriage.
Whoa! I am hearing about this right now. I am hearing about this like from the first get-goes. You guys are being my witness on this. Just kidding. No, I think how it affects me, it's not necessarily just me, it's the people around me, to the fact that when they know what my free time is, they want to take it from me because they see it as that's not productive. That's not how you spend your time. And I'm like, I just want to be able to relax. I just want to be able to have my free time.
Example. I need an example.
I'm going to pull up
His examples are with me.
Well, that's how it is.
Yeah, but it's also like, for example, at home, it was with my parents. I got tired from being at school. And, you know, I get it. Like, most people will tell you, like, you got to work. Like, you got to work. Just because you got out of school doesn't mean you're free. Just because you got out of work, no, because now you got to pay the bills, now you got to do that. And that's the pressure and people around you always telling you what to do. And side note, like, that really gets to me because I am a person who, I know my identity. Like, I know who I am. But when people, like, tell me what to do, I question myself. Am I doing the right thing? Like, am I being lazy? Am I being a good enough adult? Like, am I good enough as a person as a whole? And so that's another reason why I just want to when it's my spare time, it's literally a spare time. It's not a free time. It's a spare time that I found throughout the day that I just want to relax. And so when I talk to people about it, I feel self-aware. I feel like self-conscious as I tell the person because I don't want them to think that I'm lazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it affects me. It affects me mentally. It affects me to the fact that I don't know what this person's going to think. Because when I tell them, oh, I just been playing video game. I know you play it too, like this and that. And I was like, dang, I really feel like this person's going to think that all I do is play video games. When I've been working a lot and I've been doing homework, when I've been doing a lot of chores, plenty of things. And that has really taken a toll on me mentally. Just the fact that I am just trying to take a break. I am trying to breathe and have fun with my friends and not have anybody judge on me for the fact that I just had a spare time.
Give her an example, though. What's one of the moments where I have asked you to do something?
That's right. I just went on a big old side note. Yeah, I'll probably... okay, so from here on out, podcast, we will be having these kind of moments where I just side note and forget what I'm talking about. So we'll be pulling me into, like, you know, teaching me how to not... teaching me, building
this was
me.
The question.
This is our
building
self-growth,
me how to come
actually.
back into it.
Watch us grow.
So when has Kathy messed with your free time?
Just, and it's the same way that your mom would do it. Yeah, time. It's and I know Kathy doesn't like being
I
related
really
to
don't
as a
like
mom.
that he makes me feel like a mom.
But it's like such a mom thing, you know. You sit down after she tells you and then she calls you for something. Like, come on. Like, tell me. Don't forget about it. Because she's like, I'm sorry. I forgot about it.
Hey, I'm going to go play Spider-Man. Okay, sounds good. And I'm like, oh, can you go put this up in that top shelf that I can't reach? Like, I forgot I needed you to do that.
Yeah. And like, for me, it's like, it's two things to it. I just sat down and I'm really comfortable. And the second part is, you made plans without me knowing that I was supposed to do something. But it's not that she really made plans. It's just that she saved it for later because she can't do it herself. It's something heavy and something, so she needs my help. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. And that's why I try not to throw a fit about it. The only fit I do is the fact that I just sat down and got comfortable, you know? Like, there's no way around it. And so I had to, like, okay, because... I'm not gonna I'm not gonna let that get in the way of my maturity and my adulthood. You know, the fact that there are things that are unaccounted for, and you have to be okay with that. You know, and so I'm okay with that. But it does like bother me some. The fact that it's still my free time and they're making me do something, or at work, I have my break and I hear my name getting yelled across the place.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're looking for me. And then I hear someone else being like, he's on break. And they're like, ah! Oh, okay. And they keep going about their day. Like, I am not that vital that you should be screaming at me. Like, looking for where I'm at.
At least they respect your break.
Yeah.
They should.
But yeah, it's something that I get scared of at work is whenever they're calling me out when I'm on break. Like, please do not interrupt my break. It's the only place that I get to have my meal and like just breathe and not think about anything else. That's what it is for me. Free time is just, to me, myself, and I.
So now that we've all discussed our childish habits, do you guys plan on getting rid of them? Yes, no, why not? Or especially, what are some childish habits, like, for sure that they have to get out the door by the end of this year? We need to get over it.
I don't want to get rid of my avoiding conflict. However, I know that there are some situations where I need to get over that, and I need to know how to deal with conflict and have resolutions and bring things up if I'm uncomfortable or upset or, you know, just anything, or have an opinion on something. Now, my personality doesn't want to want to conflict with that. I don't want to address it or change it. But going into adulthood, I know that cannot continue being like my safety to just not deal with it, to just push it to the side and move forward. That's not going to work. It's not going to take me far. So I know in that sense, and that when I have to deal with it and, you know, kind of get over that. But I think there are some situations where I live fine by avoiding that conflict. Like, I can get rid of some of it, but can still use it here and there for my own comfort and safety. That, like, anything that's not important, there's no need to conflict about that. I'm going to move on, not tell the person that I was a little bit bothered, and I'm going to live fine. My day's going to be fine tomorrow. I'm not even going to remember that bothered me, you know? But I do think, like, when I said that, like, if I request something, like, and I expect it, I think that's me, like, wanting to be babied. Very much, like how I said, bring me the blanket, or, like, and I think I do have to get over that one. Now that I'm a married woman. We've been married for a little bit, not super long, but, you know, like, I can't be babied all the time, and, like, be more independent and know that I am very much capable to get up and get the cup of juice that I want, or, you know, like, just doing things for myself.
A cup of juice. You know, a cup of juice.
Still
a baby, but not in the way you're thinking about it.
Yeah. So, like, what I want, I can get it. So I'm still, my request is still being fulfilled, just doing it myself instead. So I'm still winning, still getting what I wanted.
She's still getting a cup of juice.
Yeah, I'm just getting it myself instead of expecting somebody else to bring it to me or do it for me, or, you know.
Do you think you have to, like, in the sense, maybe, like, even lower your expectations with that? Does that come with that, with wanting what you want? Like, let's say you want, I don't know, you want... Oh, that's not a good example. I don't know, but just like lowering,
There are a lot of things that I just expect that Kike will do that. And if it was slightly hard for me, I give up. Like, the one that we always talk about is, like, opening a jar or something like that. If I slightly try and couldn't get it open, I'm done. I'm like, Kike, here.
I don't get that one, though, because my mom is flimsy, too. I mean, my mom is strong, fairly strong, but, like...
lightweight.
Yeah, she's lightweight. And so, like, my mom just done, like, open. And I see Kathy, and I know she has enough strength. She has enough strength to use her triceps to get up on a, what are those called? The two bed?
The bunk bed? In between
the bunk beds. Like, she has enough strength to do that. She can't open a jar. Like, how? You know?
I think it's the effort. Like, it's not wanting to put in the effort.
Yeah. So I think I have to expect myself to try more. Like, push myself to, like, not easily give up and expect somebody else to do it. So, yeah, I guess I have to lower the expectation that somebody's always going to come in and do it for me. Like, I think that very easily I can just look around and that person and be like, hey, come here. Can you do this for me? You know?
Yeah. Kike, what is your childish habit that you think you need to get rid of?
I don't think I'll get rid of this one, but it's biting my tongue. So you can tell by the sides here that you guys already seen it. So for those of you that don't know, I had this tendency. It's a natural tendency. It's not something that I do purposely or anything at all like that. I know it's gonna come off weird, but I just chew on my tongue. Like, you know how people chew on chewing gum? Yeah, I chew my tongue. And that is weird, I know, but, like...
Are you sure it's not an anxious thing? Like a worrying thing?
It's more like a focus thing.
It's more a focus thing. When I'm die-hard focusing, like, seriously, like, nobody's bugging me, I'm just working, you see me chewing my tongue.
For the people watching the video, you need to show them an example. You need to display.
Well, it's just that, you know, like, it looks sort of like this. Like, I'm just, like, working, I'm doing something, like, and I just start going. And I just, like, chew on my tongue. Like, there's so many better videos out there that I've done on YouTube before that has me chewing my tongue. But, like, that's just one of my weird things that, although I don't try hard to get rid of it because it's just part of me. It's something that when I am aware of it, I do get self-conscious because I don't want people to think that I'm, like, dumb or something. Because it does look dumb when I chew my tongue. Like, I'm, like, being a weirdo. Like, I'm being, like, somebody who chooses his tongue while working on something. It's almost like I'm playing with whatever I'm working on, you know? So that's one of the ones where I would say, like, get rid of, but I can't
But
get
it truly
rid of
doesn't
it.
hurt you.
And
like,
it doesn't hurt me at all to, like, get rid of it.
Or hold you back.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I think mine is, so for sure, Like I just want to be that put together adult. Like have y'all seen like those fridges that like have like
Virgos?
the no fridges like refrigerators. Maybe that's not the right way. I thought she was trying
to say Virgo or something.
I don't think that's the right
this.
plural, but whatever. Fridges, because we're from the South. All right, fridges that have like everything in like a little
I
holder.
don't desire that.
Oh, I love
so
that.
Much
That's
work.
all I want. That's all I want out of life.
The fridges that have a bunch of containers for everything, and they will take stuff out and put it in the bins instead.
Oh, that's
all I want. Khloe Kardashian,
just go ahead and
her
put it
fridge.
On the fridge.
Oh my god,
that's how I want my fridge. Like I desire to have like that organization.
It's like people who take a jug of milk and put it in a glass jug of milk. That's so pointless.
But it looks so cool. Like it looks so nice. It looks put together. It looks like she has her life together, and that's what I want. But like I don't know for sure. Like so for sure I have to be more organized, more put together, and everything. But I'm gonna be honest. Like I feel like I told a friend this the other day. My life in every other aspect has to be precise. Like it has to. My education, I can't just slouch on that. I can't just be messy in that. My ministry, I can't just slouch on that. I can't be messy with that because that affects other people, it affects myself. My family, the way that I do things, the way with my friends, I can't just be messy and out of control with that. So yeah, to be able to throw my jacket on the floor and not care, gosh, thank you. Like I can breathe a little bit, you know? Like I can feel like I have to relax a little bit. So
like a rat?
Like a rat. Like I feel like I can relax a little bit, you know? So that's like one thing that like is like what I tell myself, like this is why I'm messy, is because everything else has to be perfect. So it's okay. But I need to get over it because like I wanna buy a house like soon, recently, I mean, like here, you know?
Yes, like here and there ourselves we need to like teach ourselves to be more organized. But it's also not a bad sign, as other people would say. It's just that, I mean, for my own, like, justification, I'm glad that this article, like, comes out as in, like, people are not messy because they're messy. It's because they are working on their success or other things. And although it's a little bit of a justification, it's also true because I am working on other things. I am trying to figure out myself. I'm trying to figure out what career should I take, you know, like. So it's like we're being really productive. So
it's like
we just don't think our room is productive.
It's an organized mess in a sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I want people to come into my space and feel like okay, you know, like I think that's the biggest thing is that sure, like maybe I'm okay with my space and how everything is, but I want other people to be able to walk in and be like. Not feeling comfortable and be like, there's a sock here, like, you know, or there's a drink left here, you know, like stuff like that. And I think one thing that like I had said earlier, like my loudness, like when I'm here, you know, Brill's here. Like I am a very like, hey everybody, you know, like I need to tone it down because there's like been times like we go out to eat, we go to restaurants, and I'm just the loudest person there, and it's not it. Like I need to be put together. I'm not this 15-year like little girl anymore that's like you know. But I do believe that there's times where you have to be that person that's out there. You have to be well spoken. You have to, you know, speak with some force behind it, with some oomph behind it, because if not, nobody's gonna listen to you. Nobody's gonna take you seriously. Nobody's gonna hear your opinion. So I don't ever see that as a negative thing. I just kind of see it as I have to use it where it's socially acceptable, in other places where it's like, okay, we're at a restaurant. There's no reason for you to be yelling across the room, or there's no reason for the person on the other side of the building to know what's happening, you know?
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's just, those are the ones that I'm like, I see the balance, and I see there are things like 100%, like I bite my nails. That needs to go away. I need to stop doing that. Like, that is a mess. That is a mess. I need to stop doing that. What other things? Like, there's for sure things that, like, I need to quit doing. But I think my loudness, you know, I need to pick and choose.
And it's funny because, like, for me, like, I can be, like, a loud guy. I sort of am. But at the same time, at home, I can't. I'm totally the opposite. Like, there's times that I'm talking to Kathy, and if she walks away from the room, I am not going to take the effort to yell. I'm not going to be loud. I just don't want to yell and not be heard or be misunderstood.
He doesn't mean like, just to clarify, he doesn't mean like walk away because we're arguing.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
We're just having
He means like we're talking
yeah.
about something, but I'm gonna go grab something in the kitchen.
And
I continue talking to him while I'm walking and doing something else, but he won't.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna wait for you to come back.
It's just like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't feel like yelling. Like, and like, are you
like talking from one room to the other?
I feel, sorry that I stuttered there, but like, it's just, I feel that you're not going to pay attention to me if you're going to walk away. Like, you're going to get, honestly, 45, not even 50% of my words. You're going to get like 45 if you walk away from the room. Because then you're not going to take the effort to be like, what? Or that. Nobody does. So that's why I give up too easily when you walk out of the room, but you say you're listening. No, you're not listening to me. Like, yeah.
Do you think that's a result of because you're a loud person and have been loud on other occasions, but then people really didn't even pay attention to you, that now you like, you don't even make the effort to be loud?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to take the effort to try and make someone understand and listen to what I'm talking about when they're making the like they're paying attention and they're having fun to me, like having fun with me. But like at the same time, it's like they had to make a lot of more effort when they're outside of the room, and I just I feel that I had to make even more effort trying to get the point across from another room. Yeah, it's sort of a long distance relationship kind of mentality there.
So I think we've all, decided what is the things we need to get rid of. What is the things we're working on.
There's like other ones, like for example, and I think this is one that we can all relate, is getting easily offended. And that's something that we like, for example, for me, it's something that is really hard to get rid of just because I'm the emotional type. Some people are just intellectual type. Some people are just.
I think I'm emotional with you, and I think you're intellectual, 100%. But like for me, like I'm a fighter. Like if you say something I don't like or I don't agree with, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Like that's just how it is. So I do get easily offended. Like if you say if you say the sky is red and I know it's blue, I'm gonna make sure you leave the room knowing that it's blue.
Yeah. Like when there's a point across that you really know, it sucks that not only are they not believing you, they're doubting you and thinking that you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. That really like takes a toll on me because I'm like, I know what I'm talking about and I'm trying to tell you that it's not my opinion. It's facts. You know, like it's facts. How are you not listening to what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't.
So that's one of the ones, or like when people tell me something and I already know about it and it's like, why do you not know that I don't know this? Like, like, do I look like the kind of person who would do that? And sometimes, people think that I do look that way, So there's like many things that I just get like, I pick on myself for. Like, I'm just like, I'm offended about that, like I want, or sometimes they're just saying something. It could be even a constructive criticism. And I just feel like I have to stand up for myself. Like I have to defend myself. I am not going to let anybody toss on me anymore. I've always been like that because I've always like, it came to a point when I was a kid, I was bullied, and now I just want to stand up for myself no matter what. Like I'm not going to let anybody toss me around. So that's another reason why I'm not going to let you decide who I am. I am not going to let you decide what you think of me. But it's not my opinion. It's their opinion. It's what they're thinking of me,
and it doesn't matter,
And it shouldn't matter. So
or like in the constructive criticism
what makes
case.
you think? Yeah. So it's like, what makes you think like that? I want to fix that of you. That's what gets me. And I guess that's a good segue into like what we want to finish with, like our official final thought. There's this verse in the Bible, in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. We're reading this in King James Version, by the way. But is when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. And that sometimes is hard, but it is true. And so when we became adults, we became childhood expired. So
we are working on putting away the childish things that don't help us.
Yes. And I hope that this has been a great episode and that you guys will get like the vibe sort of here, and you guys are always welcome here.
Yeah, we will be posting a video every 2 weeks, so please stay tuned. We're gonna be trying to put on every, streaming platform that you can see: Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, YouTube. If you like visuals, thank you guys so much. Share this video, like it, comment it, whatever it is. Let us know what are your childish habits, how far you've gotten. Have you gotten rid of them, or is it something you're proud of, or something you're gonna hold on to? Let us know. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.